more structured play. I think that is the way to go. Even though you see the Swedish scene going a bit forward again now, but I still think we have the upper hand, to be honest.
Well, thank you very much for your time, KRB. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you soon, man.
Thank you, guys.
Cool. So, I mean, did you guys get anything out of that? You two? What exactly?
Play. I think that is the way to go. Even though you see the Swedish scene going a bit forward again now, but I still think we have the upper hand, to be honest.
Well, thank you very much for your time, KRB. Hopefully, we'll be seeing you soon, man.
Thank you, guys.
Cool. So, I mean, did you guys get anything out of that? You two? What exactly?
With the results we were looking to, and I think it's more so just about moving away from that, right? And how, not being the team, the classic line of we'll be back,
we'll hit our shots,
well,
play our game,
and I think for KRB the responses that he gave and talking about North, as well from when we spoke to MSL, I think this iteration of the squad could be the most promising one yet.
And if that's not a Harry Russell reassurance, I'm not sure what is. Now, we're going to begin to talk a little bit about some of the matches that we've seen in the past, some of the cool stuff that we've seen already in Pro League. And I think right now we have to center our conversation around Big and Fnatic. I mean, we saw quite a few strategies coming out of this one. Now, we're looking at round 7 here on Mirage. What's going on, Hugo?
Oh, we had an A fake from Big. Fast smokes towards that A side, not the traditional ones, quicker ones that you can throw out a T-spawn without going closer towards the A ramp. And with Xantares trying to commit with it, Big ran quickly into the B side. Fnatic, heavy over rotation. Big had won their first round prior to this, and maybe Fnatic were antsy after seeing those smokes. Some of them even missing, as you can see. Jungle not going down correctly, but still, Fnatic full rotate off the back of that, leaving B open. One man in the market realizes the error of his ways, and Big are able to successfully take over the B site.
Yeah, obviously, you and I, we didn't catch this game, so when we went back and rewatched this clip, I thought it was going to be something really sick and spectacular from Big, and while I'm sure those smokes would look cool if they landed, they did miss. This felt like Fnatic getting very, very antsy and going for a bit of an over-rotation.
To jump on that as well, I as I said, we didn't see the game, so I don't know if it's purpose or not, but that smoke thrown out, that sort of missed jungle, was actually followed up with a Molotov onto the bench behind it, so could be by design, aware the smoke is going to miss, throw the molly to stop a CT getting aggressive out of the bench, because this traditional jungle smoke, a player can just jump on the bench safely, but because there's a gap, that lets you put in the molly without it getting extinguished. So it could be by design.
Well, I hate to extinguish you two, but we do need to go to a break so that we can get these games started. These 3 best-of-3s are not going to start themselves. And if we stop talking, I'm told that the games do start faster. Forze taking on North in a best-of-3. We're going to go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty of it when we come back from this break. So don't move. We're watching the ESL Pro League Season 11. Sarah.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
he wasn't the classic nerdy computer kid in school. He was one of the ones to get a girlfriend first and a very social person.
Typical for Finn is that he is very determined.
Ist egal, ob es jetzt beim Kartenspielen ist oder beim Tischtennis oder beim Computer, gibt nicht auf.
What he really wants is to win a major. It's his dream, and therefore it's also my dream for him to get that.
Cool, right? Want to know where I got it? Well, look, go to CS.money. It's a trade platform and a marketplace at the same time. Just choose, click, and get. Good luck, bro.
Everybody loves an underdog. Who needs to be liked?
Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Victory in a can.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, or I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
You take me high, you take me low, but I don't know how to do this on my own anymore. Oh no, now it's Molly for the melancholy. Cody, fill a hole inside me. Damned if I do, damned if I don't. Now it's Xannies till I numb my psyche. Cocaine just to feel my heartbeat. Nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Sarah.
Like a fire in the eye of a hurricane. Always told, stay in line, be alright, better play it safe. I walk a different path, nothing can hold me back. I've passed the point of no return, something is calling me. It's in the air that I breathe. Bring me back to life again. Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive. Come alive.
Fly so high they can't touch us. So top notch, none above us. We done came so far, now we up now. Had a vision, stuck to it, never back down. Never had much, now we own the whole thing. Spread it all around the world, watch it all change. Came alive, now they all see the greatness. Light shine so high they can't take it.
Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go to hell and back just to feel the fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
Come alive.
I walk a past the point of no return. Something is
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Gaming Malta, Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, CS Money, MSI, Air Force, GG Bet, and ESEA.
ESL Pro League, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. You are at the right place and exactly the right time to watch us see Forze take on North. In one best of three, to rule them all, at least for the day. This is your head-to-head matchup. Welcome back, everybody. My name being Trace, and alongside me is going to be Harry and Hugo. We are about ready to kick this one off in the right direction. And whatever direction that might be, this should be a pretty good match.
We're probably going north. That's my guess.
We're going that way.
Up.
Yeah.
North isn't up. Well, north is wherever north is, I guess. You know, I'm not
you nailed this
I'm not
one.
a map man.
Yeah,
I don't have a compass in my pocket.
North is up, south is down, and we're somewhere in between on our way to Flavor Town. I'm Guy Fiery, and this is Ainsley Harriet. We're ready to begin this cooking show.
Yeah. Okay. So what are we cooking up today? When we look at this matchup, what is the big plate that we have on our agenda?
I don't even know. I can't. I was trying to think of a Russian dish. I can't even think of a Russian dish. You know, trying to relate to Forze. I don't know. Either way, we have North Forze. That's an exciting game, right? I think the map veto is going to be cool when we do eventually get that best of three series. Both teams play Nuke. We had North take on Forze recently back at DreamHack Open Anaheim. North absolutely bodied them over on Nuke, and that's a map that Forze have typically been really good at. In the past, they've shown great results, but as of late, it's been one that they've been struggling on. 25% win rate despite 8 maps logged. That's the second most played. So I wonder if that'll be coming into this series today, considering they've lost to 3 different Danish teams, North Heroic and Copenhagen Flames, on that map.
And we love numbers, and boy, are numbers in high supply right now. Let me tell you, Z-Power got an interesting stat to do with the young man that was just on our screen then. This AWP, you're going to see a lot of CT side highlights, and the reason is, T-side, in that entire best of 3 versus Complexity, he managed to get 6 kills with the AWP T-side, right? Trace, how many do you reckon he got CT side with the AWP?
Give or take 1,000.
He got 47 CT AWP kills, 6 T-side AWP kills. Like, that is nuts. He had teammates on his team that like aren't even really the AWPers, outdoing him with the T-side AWP performance, but CT side, no one can touch him.
Let's talk a little about the north side of things. Now, obviously, there are some heavy hitters with the side of Forze. They've certainly proved that they can hang with the big boys. Now, north, you look at a team like this, and you're saying, okay, well, there's a slew of players here that have a certain amount of experience and veterancy between them. And then you have players like AZ coming online throughout the duration of the Pro League thus far.
Yeah, when we spoke to MSL after their win versus Navi, he quoted by saying AZ was the most complete player he's ever played with. Now, that's a huge statement to say, especially for someone like AZ, who we know can have those superstar performances, but as of late, these last couple of years, they haven't been the same as old school 2014, 2015 AZ. We want him back, Trace, and so far in the Pro League, he's performed. Look at this pistol round 4K. He's absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, right? For a man like AZ, a lot of people, like, when he kind of went from that transition away from looking sick, and then he went into like that very kind of downward spiral where he had a couple of flat, I mean, really, it was kind of like a flat year or two, right? Like, yeah. And for a lot of time, I think a lot of people were questioning how AZ had been able to maintain this position within the North squad. But now, maybe with some context added in from MSL, maybe it makes sense. You know, the numbers might not have been translating across into the server, but it seems like there's other reasons to keep this guy around.
Yes, certainly. There must be, because that's the way that this all makes sense. The thing that I need to make sense of now is what maps we're going to be watching here in this opening best of 3 of the day. Now, again, we do have Forze taking on North. What strengths, what weaknesses are we looking for?
North should pick Nuke, 100%. It's not been banned in the first round. That would make a lot of sense. Train being picked for Forze, that's a go-to for them. No surprise. North actually only have 1 logged map on that one at the moment. Nuke coming through, it's a Danish classic. And where are we finishing this off? Maybe even, you know, a middle ground map like Vertigo, because Inferno's definitely, that's already been banned rather. So yeah, it's looking that way.
Ooh. Vertigo definitely wasn't banned yet, but now it will not be banned. It will be that decider.
Hell yeah. I want a 3-mapper here, Trace.
So Train, we're going to start our conversation around Train and what to expect between these two teams. What do we have to look forward to in terms of the AWPs?
Well, here on Train, Z-Power, once again, phenomenal CT side AWP. This is a map that's phenomenal for it. MSL didn't really have to see much from the AWP in his hand, honestly, and we saw AZ donning it a hell of a lot alongside him and delivering some big performances there. So it's that double AWP potential over on the north side that I think is the threatening thing. Z-Power hits with kind of the force of 2 AWPers, at least in one half of the game. So yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to watch that one develop.
Yeah, I want to jump on the little stat graphic we had there on how numbers can sometimes deceive you. It said that the CT side was more favorable for Forze on Train, and the T side was more favorable for North on Train. That's not incorrect, but North have played this map once. They got 2 rounds back in DreamHack Open Leipzig. It's
pretty awesome.
Both of them on the T side, and none of them on the CT side against Heroic, funnily enough. So, yeah, it's not a good half for them, that's to say. And that's kind of weird, just to cut you off, because we've seen really, really CT-sided games all tournament long.
Yeah, and let me cut you off again, Harry, because
shut up.
I like that. I like that.
Let's talk about a sort of predictions that we could possibly do here. And I'm not sure that we even gave predictions for today, but I want to go ahead and get out in front of it, whether or not we have the graphic or not. Let's begin to talk about who you think is going to walk away with this series now. Not when we see the end of the first map, not at the end of the second. Who do you have, Forze or North, Harry?
Ooh, because that's the thing, man. This is so 50-50.
Of course it is.
I've got to give this one though to. Oh man, I know I'm going to regret it. I know I'm going to get it wrong. I'm going to say North take it.
I don't think that's a bad. I think it's a safe bet.
No, but that's the thing. The underdogs have been winning all Pro League long, and if any underdog could, it's Forze, because I think they've looked like the most convincing thus far out of. I say that. I mean, you know, they're sat down 0-1, so...
It's going 3 maps, Trace. It's going to be a North win. They're going to take it 2-1, finishing off on Vertigo, losing Train, of course.
Of course, we have to go to Vertigo, the final map of the series. Now, we do know what our maps are. We do know we're going to Train, we're going to Newt. We're settling this on Vertigo should we get there in this best of 3. But I think it's pretty obvious that North have a pretty good chance at winning this. Now, let's not discredit the fact that there's a ton of firepower to be absorbed over there from the side of Forze. Now, without any further ado, I would love to get into the game. We are almost done talking, which does mean we can start soon.
Yeah.
We're done talking, so we can start talking.
Yes.
This you know, Train being the first map, this is going to be interesting because famously for North, especially under MSL's kind of jurisdiction, this was a map that was played on and off. I think largely the reason why MSL kept this in North's pool early was because when Cadian took over this North squad, similar to what he did with Rogue, he really tried to make Train one of those staple maps. And so I feel like MSL's tried to keep that light burning, tried to continue with some of the work that other players have started. One man that I really want to be keeping an eye on is, I was going to say Gade is usually someone who floats around over here towards this B site as a bit of an anchor, but he's actually over in the Pop Dog now, and instead we've got Cajun B and Kirby up here towards the upper halls. MSL's gone through this smoke down in Ivy. He's going to get put down by Face Crack, and that's the man advantage taken now for Forze in this pistol. Ivy control gained, and for Gade, he is in a horrible spot right now.
Yeah, North have really set up with a weird setup, and Forze have actually found the exact counter they needed with that Ivy play. It's still winnable for North, though. A bit of team damage coming through. Z-Power's going to take down Cajun on rotation, and Almaze has got the bomb and connector. AZ, a crucial fight that he needs to win, and he will not do so. Z-Power with 3 on the P250, and it's forced to take the pistol. Of all places that they could have gone in that round, if they went anywhere but Ivy, they would have walked into heavy stacks. There was a dink coming out in the upper B halls onto one of the double stacks from North, but with 2 in the Pop Dog, AZ almost makes it work. Not quite. And as we say in the industry, Trey, second is as good as last.
Well, more like is you would know if you paid attention and read books in school, if you're not first, you're last. And that is to the great author, Ricky Bobby. So you guys can look that up on another time.
I can't read.
Well, at least you have an excuse for not knowing.
They could explain it in pictures like hieroglyphics. That would be great.
This stat at the bottom is interesting. During this event, Forze won 100% of CT-side pistol rounds and lost 100% of T-side pistols. Well, that's their first T-side pistol they picked up. But to jump on that, you have a stat, Harry.
I do indeed, Hugo. I actually do. North are currently yet to lose a pistol in all of Pro League thus far. That goes for both T and CT side, and they haven't lost conversions yet either. I think that's perhaps more important than this. Obviously, that's all changed now. That stat's been stripped away from them, courtesy of Forze, who have broken their own little 0% stat line. So, yeah, things are getting torn apart. The numbers are changing. Let's get back into this now as this pause is drawn to a close. Forze 1-0 up. They get that T-side pistol. We mentioned our North. They'd been good in the conversions. Forze now have to have that same kind of fervor about them in this second round.
Yeah, Forze are forcing North to force here in the second round. It's going to be double scout and the Deegs out as Forze look to make a quick A play work. Facecrack has crept his way down Olaf. Kjaerbye up close in the sandwich. This is a very dangerous fight for Kjaerbye. If he gets more aggressive, his feet will be seen ahead of time. That's a nice grenade. Facecrack is getting brutalized. He's been hit by a scout and a grenade now. Down to 6, swapping out the scout, giving the gun to Z-Power, who does have that creek now. Gade even spotting on B, and he's got a smoke to delay this play, but Z-Power, how the hell is he crept out? No one's watching anything for North, and they need to hit the shots as now the T's show their presence.
Yeah, Kjaerbye saw the shadow of Almazer getting up on top of the train, but communicated that across to Cajun B, but no kill was found. Now he goes running into the pop dog. Jerry's heard this. Jerry's waiting, and that's a kill there guaranteed for Scary Jerry up at the top of the ladder. AZ gets one, but before that, he's actually traded. Doesn't get out of danger, and MSL, the last man left standing. 1 versus 3, scout in hand. 2 of these players are low. Like, you know, he can get this down to a 1v1, or he could just die immediately. Forze 2-0, they get themselves that conversion on the board in spite of the force buy from North. And so this should be the 3-0 lead here.
Yeah, just a couple of the old grenades here for North. Kjaerbye, maybe a misread. He actually had the right idea that Forze had left Hecon, and they were baiting the fact that they were running back towards B. So he sprints into Pop Dog, tries to beat them to the site, get up that ladder, but Jerry was waiting in the wings. Oh dear, that's unfortunate. Someone knifed Kjaerbye, and he drops his grenade, and it does even more damage. So that's, yeah, it's not the round, not the way you want to start the round for sure for North, but it's not the end of the world. It's only USPs. This one was going to be easy for Forze anyway.
That it was. Jerry doing everything that he needs to do with that MAC-10. Finds himself 3, make it a 4th. He's going to go for it. 5 HP, you might as well try to feed it to him. Nope. Oh, X-Power is going to stop this round where it started. 3-0 for Forze. Good start, but now we're going to see the weapons come out here for North. We're going to see if they can start to turn this one back around. Jerry Smith has played under Forze for a total of 918 days. Morty says he's living in a simulation. And maybe even a situation. Who knows?
I was going to say, there's no way in hell that Jerry's surname is Smith. No. Not believing that.
I mean, Vintet's name is Hansel Ferdinand. So
yeah, true. Anything is possible.
Anything is possible. Ain't that right, Harry Russell?
Yeah, it's the age-old saying. And in this round, Almazer is trying to show exactly why we utter phrases like that, but he's actually immediately cancelled out. Facecrack keeps things in the advantage of Forze. Kjaerbye creeping up. Uh-oh. Woo! Express delivery. Oh, no! Kjaerbye tries to play it a little too smart. And Jerry, no, I'm not going to let him get away with that. Continuing to push up towards the bomb train as Jerry Gade bites the dust, and it's Cajun B alone towards the backtracks, moving into CT spawn. Doesn't have a kit. There might be one that he can retrieve somewhere in the map, but it's not looking great for Cajun.
Oh. Peace out, Cajun B.
That entire round for North is just a series of unfortunate events. Spotting one player and then just getting headshot by another. Forze, great round so far. Just so keen in getting out into this yard. And here's the value of having those Molotovs on the CT side. As Chad will tell you, you want those mollies down in T-Con trace. You don't want Forze running out like madmen. But that's all they've been doing on this T side. Almazer getting quickly out into the site in the previous round. We've seen Olaf plays almost every single round of this map so far. North. Another eco. No more utility, no more money, no more guns. Should be a 5-0.
They say, mo money, mo problems. I say, no money, no problems. Check this out. This is CSGO. We're talking pistols and what they're capable of doing. And right here in this moment, I see 2 Deagles. I see a CZ, a P250, some various grenades coming out over there to include 2 HEs and 3 flashes as it stands.
Do you see an opportunity, Trace? Do you see a chance?
Likely not, but we're going to find out. Again, these pistols really are a bit volatile. Sort of like the water.
Water?
That Harry's drinking right now.
Hey, that's a clear liquid, but it ain't water.
Just vodka. I'm just, yeah.
Nah, I was just like Pedialyte.
It's like lemonade or something. Here's the
hand sanitizer.
Keeping it clean. MSL over here towards the back of Brown. Gonna try and flash Cajun Beat down into Ivy. Deagle retrieved. However, his teammates are dwindling, and that Molotov's gonna burn down one now. MSL, sure he gets a kill. Cajun B's alone again. He's retrieved himself a Krieg. This bomb for Forze is still dropped back. They're actually just looking to take this gunfight onto Cajun. And that's a bit scary. Forze are already looking very, very confident. I don't think that's a good sign for North. I think as well, something that's always hindered North a little bit throughout these last few iterations of this squad is the lack of like a super consistent, high-fragging, AWPing power on a map like Train, right? You think back to even when they had Yugi in this squad. This was a map, I think, honestly, he was pretty all right on it, but I just don't think Yugi was the most consistent of AWPers, and that was very much his trouble. I think MSL here, he could run into the problem that he's not able to outdo these fast plays from the Forze side on that big green gun. And a part of me maybe even wonders if that's why we've kind of seen this rotation of Gade away from B over towards the Pop Dog E-Box position. You know, someone who we always kind of revere for his ability to anchor a bomb site. Well, he's been moved over with AZ to play this kind of main area.
Forze are going to pick up a 5th round as the bomb explodes. And they're going to continue their streak here. 5-0. No answer thus far for North.
Yeah, but now the guns come out, right? You have to remember, North haven't had a proper full buy all game long, and sometimes the T-sides of Train do start this way. If you can get that pistol round locked in, and you can deny, you know, those early buys, the first rifle round with limited utility. This is often what happens. North, however, now need to shut this down. The double AWP might be the solution. The incendiaries need to come through, and Forze have an AWP of their own. Flit's going to be picking that one up for the time being, potentially playing it off a spawn as he runs in towards the B site. Going for that fight towards Gade. He spots it and bails back. Doesn't want to take the risk. Doesn't want to lose his life. And so the guns get traded. Forze taking their time on this one, knowing that North have the weaponry to fight back. But are they prepared for the double AWP? That's the question. We've got MSL inner playing towards a connector. Cajun watching Ivy. And Z-Power's going to show off his as well.
A lot of room control here from Z-Power. And that AWP trained up on the E-Box. Looks like Forze still want to toy with the idea of going on the inner site. At least Gade over there to respond quickly. MSL with the AWP back towards connector. So that first smoke's going to come out. Some flashes to follow. MSL's going to pull a shot off. Gade's going to be there to support him. Finds 3 of his own. Make that 2. MSL's there as well. So just Jerry, 1v3, and this is looking like a North round all day.
Ooh. Even gets legged on the exit. Cajun will finish off the job with another shot. And there we go. Yeah, you're right, Trace. North. First round on the board, starting things off as they should. But remember, Forze did go 5-0 up. They've got money for days, and they're going to be reinvesting straight into this round.
And, I mean, you know, I was mentioning how Gade had been pulled away from that B bomb site. Well, he's actually back there now. And we're into this kind of standard setup that we know and love, or at least how I imagine this North squad would divvy up these defenses. It's MSL holding down towards connector, and Cajun is playing that Ivy position with the AWP. He might have a chance to shine in this round here. Cajun, oh, a little pixel angle there. He gets tagged up on that initial fight. Now, he does have teammates nearby. Yeah, he tried to go back in dry. It would have been wonderful to see Kierby maybe try and set him up with a flashbang, but with no utility down in main, Kierby's attention was elsewhere. Smoke's now down to allow this cross behind it from Forze.